Hello, hi, it's me. So I am sitting and I am reflecting. I've been writing in my journal, just writing down some thoughts, some things that have come into my mind. And I realized that every single time I write in my journal, I always want to also vocalize my thoughts about whatever it is that was revealed to me or came to me during my written expressions. So one thing that I am realizing is that I am in a transitional phase in my life. I can identify this transitional phase because I've been here before, but not in the same way. So what do I mean by that? I've been here before where I've been in this exact place thinking about things that I'm thinking now, but previously I reacted in a different way than how I'm choosing to react now. So for an example, I'm in a place where I have realized that certain connections in my life are not the most healthiest for me. They're not the most conducive for me, and they don't aid to my growth. Now, like I said, I've been here before. Most of the revelations that I'm having about certain connections aren't new to the people specific to those connections or the nature of the connection. I've had these thoughts before. I've had these revelations before. And now all it is, it's all of those things being compounded and serving as evidence and almost setting precedents to say that previously you've already felt like this, so it's just adding on to my case. But what I am choosing to do in this moment that I struggled perhaps or wasn't brave enough or courageous enough to do in this moment that I am now choosing to do is that I'm choosing to stand firmly in my decisions. I am choosing to step into the unknown, and I'm choosing to see what's next, because I feel like God is very interesting, but I feel as though I'm here now in a place where I've always been, and I'm able to look back and reflect and realize that all the other times that I've been here, I've always gone back. I've gone back to the connections that I knew weren't good for me, the people and places that I knew weren't good for me. So I've reverted back from the things that I was made to understand are not good for me. And so I'm here now, and I'm choosing to stand firmly in my decision. Now, I would be lying and deceptive if I didn't say how uncomfortable this feels, how terrifying and scary it feels. And it's making me understand why I reverted back all those other times because of what I'm currently feeling. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so worried. I literally don't know what's next for me. And I think about, okay, so I even try to bargain with myself in the sense that I'll say, oh, okay, well, let me go back, but I will learn to have boundaries and I won't allow this person to get to me anymore, and all of these things. And they never work because I'm not a person who can map out their emotional moves. I'm not somebody who can plan to react in a certain way, My mind doesn't work that way. When you are in my heart and when you are in my mind, it's authentic, and my actions around you will show that. My actions around you will demonstrate to you that I care about you, I love you, you've hurt me, I'm angry at you, I'm upset. It's clear. So I'm not one of those people who can fake being okay or fake not being bothered. It's just not me. So therefore, even my bargaining does not even work because I am requiring something of myself that goes against the nature of who I am, just to be around people, places, and things that ultimately have shown and proven to me that they're not good for me. And not to say that those people, places, and things are bad or whatever. It's not even about them. It's about me and how I feel around those people, places, and things. Because I cannot continuously put myself in situations where I am refusing to see the true nature of a situation, of a person, of a place, just because I want to be accepted by those people, places, But I also understand why I or anyone else who finds themselves in a transitional period, why they would revert back to what they know is not good for them, and it takes a couple of cycles, I understand now, to actually be in a place where you can firmly now decide, like I am in this moment, that, okay, I don't know what's ahead of me. I've never really been in this position before in this way. And I'm scared. And even giving myself the grace and the compassion to admit that and not feel shame about feeling scared. But knowing that I have everything that I need within me. I don't need other people. I don't need certain things. I don't need to be around certain places. I can be in myself, within myself, by myself, and be okay. Not only be okay, but be happy and deal with even the uncomfortable emotions by myself, because I've also stopped smoking weed. I think it's about 6 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken, that I've stopped smoking weed. And I used to smoke weed because obviously, it's a suppressant, or it's like an alchemizer, because you smoke weed or however you take it, and then we're talking about THC here, where you get the high. You take it and your negative feelings are transformed into positive ones, or your mind no longer necessarily focuses on the negative and things don't seem so heavy. And I'm thankful for weed because I really needed that in my life at some point, and it really helped me. So I can never be in judgment of anyone who decides to smoke weed or decides to stop weed. That's between them and themselves, you know. But I do understand why people smoke weed, and weed affects us in different ways. So I can only speak on my experience. And since I haven't smoked weed, I've allowed myself to be in a space where I have a clear mind and I've got clarity that I previously didn't have because of indulging in weed, you know. And I'm learning also to just be okay in my uncomfortability, because what I've also come to understand is that I would rather choose comfort or choose places, people, and things that are familiar as opposed to facing the unknown. And I've allowed my fear to wreak havoc in my mind, in my spirit, in my body, in my life, because there's no safety net. There's no predictability. There's nothing that I can relate it to. I feel like I am in the dark and I'm trying to feel my way around where I'm going. And I don't see what lies ahead. I know what's behind me. I can look back now and see who's behind me. I can look back now and see the places that I'm leaving behind. And as I move forward, I find myself looking back and almost wanting to be tempted to go back. But I've made a decision. I'm moving forward. And I know that God is with me. And I know that He always has plans to prosper me, prosper us, and not hurt us. But it's not always clear. And I'm learning now that that's what I'm being led to do, to trust in God in the face of all uncertainty, in the face of fear, worry. I'm having to just trust that He is the best of planners. He sees everything. He knows what's going to happen before it happens. So I must just rest. When everything in me is going into panic mode, I'm choosing to rest in God and to honor myself by expressing how I'm feeling, but also strengthening myself with the understanding that God is God and He will do for me what even I'm unable to do for myself. But He will lead me into a mindset that will allow me to finally be in a place where I'm saying, however it looks like, whatever it looks like, I'm just going forward. So, yeah, that's just me, and yeah, cool beans.